Every day, this man watches car accidents happen, but his first instinct isn't to help, it's to pull the nails out of the road. He's destroying evidence, because he's the one who planted them. At first, he just scattered nails on the highway, but they kept getting flung away by trucks, so he brought a power drill, drilled holes into the asphalt, and planted the nails directly into the road. Because the auto repair shop nearby, it's his. Every car that hits a nail has no choice but to limp into his garage, where he charges them a fortune. In the beginning, Jae-gu was actually a decent guy. He and his wife Sun-young ran a small repair shop on the edge of town, located right along the national highway. Business was steady, enough to support the family. They never ripped anyone off. Then a developer showed up, started a construction project on the road. Once the roadwork began, cars started taking the highway to avoid it. Traffic dried up overnight. The shop went dead. The only vehicles left were construction trucks. The couple ate their meals covered in dust. Jae-gu couldn't take it anymore. He marched to the construction site and demanded compensation from the developer, a wealthy woman. But it was a legal project. She owed him nothing. Jae-gu made a scene, accidentally knocked over her daughter. The woman called the police. The cops scolded him. This project was hard won for the town. Just fix cars. Stop causing problems. On his way home from the station, Jae-gu spotted a broken down car on the roadside. Out of kindness, he checked it out. Simple fix. That night, he went to the convenience store for cigarettes and got jumped by Boss Moon and his guys. Turns out, that broken down car was already Boss Moon's hustle. He'd been planning to convince the owner to scrap it and pocket the money. Jae-gu had ruined the deal. Boss Moon warned him out-of-town cars, Jae-gu can fix. Every local car belongs to Moon. With the road under construction, Jae-gu's life hit rock bottom. No income, his wife nagging at home, getting pushed around outside. He was ready to give up. Then a turning point. One night, a car actually rolled in, tire slashed by a piece of scrap metal. After changing the tire, Jae-gu noticed the driver looked wealthy, and it had been so long since he'd earned anything. He jacked the price up 2,701. The customer didn't want to pay, but with his girlfriend watching, he couldn't lose face. He swallowed hard and paid. Tasting money again, Jae-gu felt hope return. In a great mood, he started cleaning up his tools. Then he stared at the scrap metal embedded in the old tire. Something clicked. He looked at Sun-young hungry, just like him. After an internal battle, survival beat out conscience. In the middle of the night, he scattered pieces of scrap metal across the highway. The next morning, customers showed up. His wife thought their luck had turned, but Jae-gu took one look at the tires and knew exactly what happened. He swapped the tires fast. The driver even tipped him. The couple was overjoyed. That night, they splurged on meat for dinner. But over the next few days, nothing. Business went dead again. Jae-gu waited outside all day. A few cars passed. Nothing happened. He went to check. The scrap metal had all been flung away by trucks. Determined never to be poor again, he redesigned the metal pieces into cone shapes that night. After his wife fell asleep, he crept out and scattered them across the road. Then footsteps. Jae-gu nearly jumped out of his skin. It was his wife. She was furious, called his behavior shameful, said if this caused an accident, the consequences would be unthinkable. But Jae-gu was already hooked. He told her there are construction signs on this road. Cars have to slow down. A flat tire isn't a big deal. Once they had enough money, they'd leave this backwater town and move to Seoul. Seduced by his vision of a better future, Sun-young gradually stopped protesting. To prevent accidents, Jae-gu hung a sign by the road. Caution, wild boar crossing. In the days that followed, the scrap metal kept puncturing tires. Cars kept coming in. Business was non-stop. They even had a line. Sun-young went from reluctant to fully on board. They were making so much money her hands were tired from counting it. One day, the developer's car hit a nail too, nearly crashed. Since it was her construction project that had killed his business in the first place, Jae-gu refused to give her a fair price. He quoted 14,000 won. To his surprise, she agreed. While waiting, the developer noticed Sun-young making handmade dolls. She asked how much each one earned. 5 won per doll. The woman actually felt sorry for her, handed over 10,000 won for a single doll, told Sun-young to take the day off. But instead of gratitude, Sun-young's pride took a direct hit. Watching this woman in designer clothes and luxury cars, Sun-young wanted that life desperately. That night, she gave Jae-gu a suggestion. Switch the scrap metal to nails. Higher puncture rate. They got to work immediately. Power drill in hand, they drilled holes into the highway and planted nails into the asphalt. It worked even better. Business exploded. Just when they thought the good life was finally within reach, the police station received a call. The developer's daughter had been kidnapped. Police asked the developer if she had enemies in town. She immediately thought of Jae-gu, the man who'd overcharged her, the one who'd been causing trouble since construction started. She told the police. Officers brought Jae-gu in for questioning. Sitting in the station, Jae-gu was convinced they'd discovered the nails. His fingers trembled under the table, until the officer pulled out a photo of the missing girl. False alarm. Wrong crime. After questioning and a search, the police found nothing suspicious. Jae-gu was released. But the officer couldn't shake the feeling Jae-gu had looked nervous, like a man with a guilty conscience. To dig deeper, the officer asked Boss Moon, Jae-gu's rival, to keep an eye on him. That very night, Moon discovered something horrifying. Sun-young, in the dead of night, rode her bicycle to the highway, pulled out a power drill, started drilling holes. Moon was stunned. So that's how their shop stayed busy. After Sun-young left, Moon stepped on a nail himself. Everything clicked. But he didn't report it. The next day, he asked Sun-young a strange question. Need help buying nails? Sun-young froze. Seeing her panic, Moon dropped the act, told her to come see him tomorrow, dressed nicely. That night, Sun Young couldn't sleep. She tested the waters with Jae-gu. What if someone found out, but didn't go to the police? Jae-gu shot upright in bed. Seeing his fear, Sun Young played it off as a joke, but she knew if they didn't act, they'd both end up behind bars. At dawn the next morning, she made a bold decision, fixed her hair, rode out to a remote hillside to meet Boss Moon. From that day on, Jae-gu noticed his wife was leaving early and coming home late, dressing up more than usual. At first he didn't think much of it. Life was getting better every day, until a green frog kept jumping on his head that night. The next morning, Jae-gu woke to a massive crash nearby. He ran outside. A car had driven into a ditch. Panicking, he grabbed pliers and started pulling nails from the road, hid them. Then the driver crawled out of the car. Jae-gu recognized him immediately, the customer from a few days ago, the generous tipper. Before Jae-gu could react, the driver bolted. Standing there confused, Jae-gu heard a pounding sound from the trunk. He opened it. Inside a little girl, bound and gagged. The developer's daughter. Just like that, Jae-gu accidentally became the hero who saved her. The driver turned out to be a gambler, drowning in debt. He'd kidnapped the girl for ransom. The developer paid Jae-gu over 30 million won as a thank you. With this windfall, the couple went on a spending spree, bought a brand new car, renovated the shop. But even with money in the bank, they couldn't stop. Every night, they planted more nails. Every day, they fixed more unlucky drivers' tires. Life was good, but good times don't last. A young woman hit one of their nails, crashed, was left permanently disabled. Jae-gu knew this was on him. Seeing the victim's family in agony, guilt crushed him. He sat outside the hospital, drinking alone. That's when Boss Moon found him, told him to leave. The crash victim was Moon's relative. Then Moon said something that stopped Jae-gu cold. He'd known about the nails all along. Jae-gu was stunned. The secret had been out for who knows how long, yet he'd never been arrested. His wife, leaving early, coming home late, dressing up. A sickening realization hit him. On the way home, he remembered something Sun Young had said a few days before. Near the house, he saw her in the road, drilling, planting nails. Jae-gu snapped. He leaned on the horn and didn't let go. He didn't understand what had all of this been for. Back home, the first thing he did was grab every last bill of their dirty money. He wanted to destroy it all. But Sun Young refused. She'd had enough of being poor. All she wanted now was to be rich. Seeing his wife still lost in the madness, Jae-gu was crushed. He ran out to the highway, started trying to pull the nails out with his bare hands. But once a nail is planted in the road, it's almost impossible to remove.